This is Major Garrett with The Decade in Washington.
Article 2 is adopted.
President Donald Trump impeached. That's a mouthful all by itself, capping 10 years of political turbulence. The through line? Even after a recovery for the record books, the fallout of the Great Recession has left Americans questioning their economic security and government's place in their lives.
Health insurance reform becomes law in the United States of America.
President Barack Obama's signature achievement, Obamacare, provided health care to millions.
We are done. Our God is marching on.
But it also gave rise to the Tea Party. Conservative backlash to Mr. Obama took down Nancy Pelosi, the first female Speaker of the House. Although Mr. Obama finally brought 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden to justice, he soon faced the lowest low of his presidency, the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. 6 educators and 20 children dead.
Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old.
Calls for gun control failed, and 3 years later, a white gunman prayed with 9 black parishioners in Charleston, South Carolina, then shot them dead.
Amazing.
Grief yielded to anguished song.
Grace.
Every city, every town.
Protests led to the Black Lives Matter demonstrations that provided a background to the presidential election. The 2016 campaign was like no other in modern history. Loud, angry, divisive, and in its wake, wave after wave of disruption.
The fake news, they're all back there.
Donald Trump blistered the airwaves and social media,
Jeb is so wrong.
knocking over experienced Republican rivals like bowling pins. And then,
You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
and yet, victory.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer.
President Trump has been every bit as disruptive as candidate Trump. His response to the investigation into Russian election interference? Fire the FBI director. Although Mr. Trump delivered a massive tax cut to Supreme Court justices and dozens of federal judges, last year an unsettled electorate handed the House back to the Democrats and the Speaker's gavel back to Nancy Pelosi. Despite her misgivings, the Ukraine scandal drove Pelosi to seek the president's removal.
It's a hoax. It's a big fat hoax.
Mr. Trump's legacy? A re-election answer looms in the first year of our new decade.